These trees aren't too tall, but they're certainly not too short either. And I would have to estimate that somewhere between the smaller ones being about 35 to I don't know, 65 feet high. Even taller around here, close to about 80 feet. You can hear a number of different birds, but then some neighborhood sounds. You can hear traffic on the road down the street, and some people like to use the trails around here for walking their dogs or jogging. But I like it for the birds and looking at the trees. But I think we are just about the last day before there's an impending freeze, and there might not be any more leaves, so I don't know. Glad I was able to come out today. I honestly think my favorite fall colors are on the beechwood trees because they turn a beautiful yellow, and then after a yellow, a nice tan brown, and then they fall. But they're also a beautiful green throughout the year. Sometimes when I'm on this trail, I will see a belted kingfisher, and they make quite a ruckus when they're coming through. Right now, mostly what I'm hearing is, there's some blue jays, there's some angry squirrels, and then just some turkey vultures flying overhead. But when you can hear the sounds of the belted kingfisher, it's quite loud, but they come through pretty fast, so it's hard to get a picture of them. I also wouldn't mind seeing a great blue heron. So I see them over here pretty often. Sometimes they're roosting in a tree, and other times they might be sitting in the water or hunting for fish. I honestly think that this bark is really beautiful. Look at that. It's got a lot of intricate designs, and almost like there's bubbles on top of it. It definitely looks like these leaves are about to go pretty soon, if not turning from green to that yellow color, and then soon to tan, and then they'll fall off. These are those berries that have the very, very dark blue purple, almost indigo berries on them. They have now dried up, and the leaves are changing color. I like how it's got the complements between the purple and the green color in the middle of the leaves, and you don't see too many that are this almost fuchsia indigo color. This is an interesting fungus or mushroom that's growing on this branch here. And if we zoom out a little bit, this branch is actually pretty interesting in itself. It seems like it's kind of coarse, almost like with a stringy pattern or texture to it. And moving down, it looks to be, I don't know, a few different branches wrapped up into one tree that connect down at the bottom. But I think it's just one tree, and then the leaves on it, well, there aren't any more, so I can't tell what it is. You see like edible berries in the springtime and the summertime. I'm not sure what kind of berries these are. I was hoping I'd see some American Beauty berries today, but I don't think we'll run across any in this path. These are so pretty though. I think this bark is pretty fascinating because it is, not smooth. It almost looks like razor wire, something really intense. But it's just bark. Now that the leaves are gone, I really don't know what it is. there's a little bit of color variation between some oranges and reds and greens and yellows. So this is probably like a sugar maple because they have the most beautiful colors. I hear a big truck in the background, but I also thought I heard what sounded like a woodpecker. It might be on this tree because I see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 holes that I can see from here where they've been working on this tree, but I don't see its head moving. I would imagine because it's kind of loud that it could be a pileated woodpecker, but it could be something smaller like a hairy or downy woodpecker, or maybe even a red-bellied woodpecker. Even when it's quiet out here, you're always going to hear some dogs barking, or the sound of the creek, or any birds all time of year. I love the reflection of the creek light when it's hitting on the leaves or bamboo or anything over in this set of woods here. I think there's a particular name for it, but I don't remember what it is. And you can always hear the squirrels kind of scampering around. There's always some leaves or something for them to make noise with. There's that woodpecker again. Can you see him? He's pretty big. Ooh, I think I see another one. Where did it go? Oh wow. Oh wow. There's a hawk. That hawk just tried to eat that squirrel. I don't know how this is going to end, but there's an Osage orange right now. I don't know if it's the same one that fell, but there's definitely some around here. I don't think I can reach this one from where I am, but I'll see if I can find another one. There's an awful lot of bamboo. And it looks like some of the pieces have already been broken up. So, I don't know if someone was going to use it or maybe it just broke naturally in a storm. But I think it's really pretty. It has a lot of different uses. I don't need any right now, but I certainly know where to go. I need some bamboo. This is such a fun piece right here. Looks like the same one that my rain stick is made out of. I could sit here and look for rocks all day, and I certainly have, but just look in here. Do you see any good looking rocks? Any ones that you would pick up, take a look at? Like this one. This one's a neat shape. Did I miss any? Sometimes you find things that aren't rocks at all, but maybe old pieces of glass. This one looks like it's the bottom of an old bottle, and it looks like it says 73. So I don't know. Or maybe it says 75. It's got a lot of ridges in it. Concave. This kind of seems like a place where a snake might hang out. So I'm crouched down right now, but I do need to be aware of my surroundings. anytime you're down near the water, you kind of always are in snake territory. This looks like it would be a really good stone for skipping. I'm going to give it a try, but please don't make fun of me when it doesn't work out, okay? Okay, here goes nothing. Well, at least we can enjoy the ripples it made. It's actually a nuthatch. Guess he went around the other side. I hear a lot of different birds back there right now. That's my favorite, the white-throated sparrow. I think this tree is particularly beautiful because of the leaves being so small when they overlap. You have a little bit of the color coming in from each one, but then, oh wow, the way that they overlap, it adds a whole other texture to it, really. And so you've got different variations of the greens and the yellows and the different colors that they're making from where they overlap one another. And seeing how the sun kind of shines through it at a different angle, but it changes colors multiple times a day. It's beautiful. Sometimes you can't get 100% peace. You'll always have some birds singing or some water babbling. And sometimes it's cars moving and people talking. But that's everybody existing. Can't find it, but that's probably the loudest white-throated sparrow that I've ever heard in my life. I like how they all have kind of a different song. Like, they don't all sing exactly the same. Let's see if he does it again. Well, maybe he's waiting for someone to sing back to him. Well, I'm not going to do it. And that's my best attempt. A little bit further down the way, there's a part of the creek where there's a bunch of rocks around a bend, and a couple of times there I have seen the great blue heron. It'll just be sitting on a rock hunting or looking for something. And right now mostly what I'm seeing today is blue jays, cardinals, white-throated sparrows, hairy woodpeckers, downy woodpeckers, pileated woodpeckers, and then of course I saw that big hawk earlier when it was trying to eat a squirrel. So we could be in for a surprise and still see the heron. It's not too late. But this time of day, a lot of the birds seem to be just trying to wrap up, get the last of their snacks in for the evening before settling in for bed, getting all cozy before we have our first freeze. I'm not sure what this is. And when you're not sure what something is, you shouldn't really touch it, but I'm doing it anyways. It's actually quite soft. Don't think it would be kind of hard and brittle now that it's changing color, but I think when it finally changes over all the way and the leaves fall off, there'll be a darker tan color, and or maybe even a brighter yellow. I'm not sure yet. Is it even fall without one of these little ghost leaves?